Yes, of course. I do want to remind everyone that we are live streaming and recording this meeting, and both of those processes have already started. Wendy Clark, Heidi DeWinker.
I'm here.
Oh, thank you, Wendy.
Okay.
Sorry, Heidi, I see you as well.
Yep.
Uh, Timothy Hodges, Commissioner Mascara Bruno, Commissioner, I see your name there twice, so we'll come back to you. Matt Puglisi, Chelsea Ross,
Here.
Lisa Tepper Bates,
Here.
Greg Ugalde,
Here.
Sean Williams, Commissioner Mascara Bruno. She may be having some trouble with her
Okay.
audio, but I do see that she has
Do you
joined.
see her on? Okay.
Mhm.
All right. Terrific. All right. Good morning, everyone. Today we have a couple of projects. First up is the resolution for financing for 66 Union, which is in New London, to be presented by Steve.
And good morning. I'm here. I was having trouble with my computer.
Hi, Selah. Okay, Steve.
All right, good morning, everybody. I'm going to be talking about 66 Union. Going to the board requests, the first board request is permanent only taxable bonds up to 3,900,000 with interest rate not to exceed 7.22%. The loan terms are 35 years and will be amortized over 40 years with fixed payments. The second request is a cash flow loan from opportunity funds at an amount of up to $1 million and an interest rate of 1%. The loan term is 37 years, and the loan shall A, accrue interest and outstanding principal at a rate not to exceed 1% per annum, payable interest only during the 24-month construction period, and B, accrue an interest rate of 1% during the 35-year permanent term, payable with 25% of adjusted cash flow after deferred developer fee is paid off. Going into the project itself, 66 Union received an award of 9% low-income tax credits in 2025. The proposed development will be the new construction of a mixed-income rental community consisting of 46 units in downtown New London. The site where it's being built was formerly a historic church, which suffered a steeple and roof collapse in January of 2024. Amenities will include an exercise room, a clubhouse, and a recreational space at
To the Zoom
ground
app.
level.
Some people have bad VPN.
Some additional items is development received points for proposing a design with a HERS rating of less than or equal to 42, and for green building, they are designing the project to NGBS Emerald standards, and development will include paid utilities and commissioning and backup power resiliency to critical systems. The developer is Eastern Connecticut Housing Opportunities, Inc. They are a 501c3 nonprofit corporation with the purpose of providing affordable housing to families and individuals in Eastern Connecticut whose income is too low to support the purchase or rental of a home at market rates. They have 5 properties in CHFA portfolio, including Bayonet Street. The properties are all well maintained and in LIHTC program compliance. There are no delinquencies or outstanding issues with the project. In regards to sources and uses, the total development costs are $25,928,000, which is approximately $563,600 per unit. The construction costs within there total $19,811,000 and are approximately $430,675 per unit. For sources outside of the CHFA mortgages, other funding sources include 9% tax credits amounting to $9,180,000, energy rebates of $158,000, a deferred developer fee of approximately $890,000, HUD CPG grant of $1,666,279, and then the rest is from DOH funding. In regards to the rental structure, the 46 units include 36 qualified units and 10 market rate units. The 36 qualified units consist of 12 units at or below 30% AMI, 19 units at or below 50% AMI, excuse me, and 5 units at or below 60% AMI. There are a total of 21 one-bedroom units, 21 two-bedroom units, and 4 three-bedroom units. And also 10 of those units will be designated as supportive housing for intellectually disabled clients of DDS. And then lastly, just some other considerations I haven't mentioned previously are the property will remain affordable for 50 years, and the property will benefit from a full-time resident service coordinator on site. And then lastly, the one condition is the execution of the DOH term sheet. Does anyone have any questions?
Heidi, just to say, this really is a sort of double bottom line positive project in that it's great in terms of the additional housing stock it'll bring to bear, but also for those of you who have not been through this area, it's really, really tragic what happened to that building, and it's very central to the city.
Mhm.
So building something that's going to be attractive and positive in that space, I think has particular importance for the city of New London. So that's terrific. I think it's a great project, and the distribution of units looks really very good. And it's a good developer. They've done great work in that area. So I think altogether a really good project.
Thank you. I'm just struck by the unit costs. I've thought we were sort of seeing some stabilization or leveling out, but 500 and some odd 100,000 per unit just, I don't
Yeah, the
know.
construction costs, I mean, they did a lot of value engineering and really, got as low as they possibly could, but it really has to do, with the construction costs. Why
Yeah.
it was so high. It was higher than they expected as well.
They
Yeah,
also
New London, you would have thought it could have been a little lower, but
they also went pretty good on sustainability
mhm.
measures, and then you had there's some demolition that had to go on there. So there's some site work, excess site work that needs to be done.
Mhm.
So
How about environmental issues? We didn't really talk. This is an old property, right?
Yeah, it's based on old site. I'm not aware of any significant environmental concerns to note of.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is Jennifer. No, the site was relatively clean and all of the environmental issues were very minor. So that was some good news for the project.
Good. Okay.
yeah, it is at the high end, Heidi, but it's not. We've seen
I
we've
know.
seen high.
I
So
know. I know. It
yeah.
just, all right.
Just
Anybody else?
yeah,
Comments?
just one thing on the breakdown of the units. The three bedroom, what areas do they cut in with area median income? I'm just curious, is one at each of the 30, 50, and 60, and what's the demand like for those units? It kind of sticks out, 21, 21, and then the breakdown of three. Those three, I would think, would have to be in demand.
Yeah, based on our market study, there's it stated there was considerable demand, in that area.
There's always considerable demand, Greg, for 3 bedroom, 4 bedroom, and even 5 bedroom units. They're Julie does a very good job at making sure that she gets some of the lower targeted stuff. So that's why you're seeing a 30%. It's rare to see a 30% AMI 3 bedroom unit. It's rare to see 3 bedroom units.
Right. We hardly ever see them.
Yeah.
In general.
They're hard to get approved.
Why?
Well, because 3 bedroom, once you start going 3, 4, 5 bedrooms, then you're starting to talk about children and you're starting to talk about municipalities not wanting additional pressure on their school systems. So they're a little bit harder. They've always traditionally been a little harder to get approved.
But at the same time, Pat, the average family in Connecticut, I think, has statistically less than 2 children, right? So, often you're looking for 2 bedrooms if you're looking to get people housed.
Right. Yeah, we have 3 bedrooms, and then you'll see when we have a presentation next week for Avon Village. They've got some 3, 4s, and I believe they may even have a few 5s. So occasionally we do see some of these size units coming into the market.
Okay. Any particular issue or problem you foresee with this? Is it, a renovation / of an existing property always brings some challenges.
No, as Lisa said, this is a great project in a much needed area. So
Yeah.
And we've got very good experience with the
Good
developer.
people.
So
Okay.
yeah.
Great.
And it's nonprofit. So.
Just one last question. Were they able to keep any bit of the historic church facade to work into the building, or does it just all have to be removed?
Yeah, this is Jennifer again. Yeah, they are planning to reutilize a lot of the granite from the that exterior of the church that did collapse. So that's again contributing a little bit to the cost.
What made it collapse? What was the cause?
I know it was a roof collapse. I don't really know
Yeah,
the
it was actually the
details.
steeple. The steeple actually collapsed, but I don't remember. I thought it was during a storm.
Hmm.
It
I
was
think,
out all over the news.
yeah, what I
Briefly.
recall very sadly, Heidi, is that this was an old church. They'd not had the money to maintain anything.
Mm.
So structurally, it was getting unsound, and
Old.
sadly, it was bound to happen. I don't remember if there was a storm, but it was very sad and not atypical for these big old churches that
Yeah.
are lacking a congregation that can support the cost of maintenance.
Yeah,
Right.
it did happen in January, so I don't know if snow maybe is an issue, but just a
It just
guess.
said it was collapse was sudden, likely due to long-term structural issues and potentially foundation failure exacerbated by heavy rain. So
Okay.
it was just
Just
time
old.
and
It was
time
old.
and
I get it.
it grew old.
Yep. All right. Any other comments, questions? If not, is there a motion?
Motion to approve?
Thanks, Greg. Is there a second?
Second,
Okay. Dawn?
Sure. Wendy Clark,
Yes.
Heidi DeWingert,
Aye.
Timothy Hodges,
Aye.
Commissioner Mascara Bruno,
Yes.
Matt Puglisi, Chelsea Ross,
Yes.
Lisa Tepper Bates,
aye.
Greg Ugalde,
Aye.
Sean Williams.
Yes.
Okay.
The vote passes unanimously.
Thank you. Okay, next on our agenda is the financing resolution for Quintard Manor in Stamford to be presented by Liz.
Good morning, everyone.
Morning.
Quintard Manor is a 6-story, 60-unit income and age restricted property in Stamford, built in 1963, and it has just one small elevator. All 60 units are qualified with some form of rental assistance. And the property has been modernized over the years, but the last time was 2006, and the building still only has one elevator. The request was for funds to construct a new elevator, which seems like an easy request, but and the property is generating a strong NOI, which can support the debt service. But most recently, the last time the request was halted because the investor refused to allow additional debt on the property. This seems to be resolved with a $2 million buyout. Now, full disclosure, the voting at Boston Financial is still ongoing, but the word is it's looking good. So hopefully we'll know this week. Well, hopefully we'll know before board.
Mm-hmm.
So the request is for up to 6.250 in taxable bonds and up to 800,000 from CHFA opportunity funds. The existing debt remains. We're going to match all the debt to the maturity of 9/1/55. The key components of the $11+ million budget, 4.4 is construction. They're going to build a new elevator in the existing stairwell. They're going to build a new stairwell, and then a little bit of outdoor maintenance. I think paving and canopies over the entrances. And again, it's the $3 million existing loan and $2 million to buy out the investor's interest. In addition to our funding, the property has been saving for this expense, and they have over 900,000 saved. Half of that is going into this financing. The rest they're going to use in the next few years to renovate the existing elevator. Any questions?
Seems like it should have happened a long time ago.
Oh,
Yes.
Liz has been working on this for a long time.
Is that right?
We've hit obstacle after obstacle, especially with the investor, and we're actually using this as a learning experience for us and what we're seeing going forward. What we look for from LPAs with the investors, because this is just the investor stepped in here. We could have done this probably 6-7 months ago. But the investor stepped in and wouldn't allow additional debt on there. So they've forced the hand of Charter Oak Communities to buy out their LP interests. So that's what the $2 million is. And I highly recommend that we do that. This gives Charter Oak Communities complete control over the project, and they are a wonderful steward of their properties. So Jonathan is still around. Jonathan Gottlieb is still around, even though he retired 2 years ago. He and the rest of the crew down there do a fantastic job. So,
And
this
there's
is
no
much needed.
issue with the cash flow supporting the extra debt, right?
There's no,
Correct.
this has
So
great cash flow.
I guess I don't understand. I mean, the investor just wanted out, right? Anything?
Well, there is subordinate debt, but it's with Charter Oak itself. So, and I don't know. I think the investor wants out.
Yeah.
And they're using this as a, trigger point.
Yeah, they leverage this to get their IRR. I mean,
Yeah.
they are investors. I mean, we have to be, we're aware of that. Some are a little bit more flexible than others. This
politically correct. Okay. Anybody else? Any comments? I used to drive by this project going to and fro Stanford.
This is nice. I'm glad that we're able to do this for them.
Yeah, I just wonder if it needs what else it needs, because it's been in there a long time.
It's in very good condition.
Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Any comments? Not hearing none. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Thanks. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Okay, Dawn?
Wendy Clark,
Yes.
Heidi DeWingert,
Aye.
Timothy Hodges,
Aye.
Commissioner Mascara Bruno,
Yes.
Matt Puglisi, Chelsea Ross,
Yes.
Lisa Tepper Bates,
Aye.
Greg Ugalde,
Aye.
Sean Williams.
Yes.
The vote passes unanimously.
Thank you. All right. Next up is the financing proposal for Yale Street Commons, which is located in Bridgeport, to be presented by Carol.
Carol, I believe you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Can you guys hear me? Yes?
Yes.
Oh, good. Yes, good morning, everyone. Yale Street Commons involves the resyndication of an occupied 44-unit property located in Bridgeport. The property was built in 1998 with CHFA financing, including ITA and low-income housing tax credits. The affordability restrictions are set to expire in 2028. Proceeds of the recapitalization will repay the existing CHFA loan of approximately $875,000. It will fund the proposed rehab and extend the affordability for 40 years. There are currently 6 units that are not restricted. At post-construction, these units will become affordable. They are already occupied by LIHTC qualified tenants. There is an existing Section 8 HAP contract in place that subsidizes 9 of the units. The subsidized apartments include 2 one-bedroom units, 1 two-bedroom unit, 3 three-bedroom units, and 3 four-bedroom units. A combined total of 24 3 and 4 bedroom units will serve large families. The relocation plan was approved by DOH. The residents will be out of their units for approximately 2 to 3 months. They will be relocated to another property that's owned by the developer, CHP, and that property is approximately 1 mile away. The development team is, again, CHP. They own and manage several CHFA financed projects. They're currently working on Parkside Gable, which is in Stamford. That property is approximately 96% complete. We've had some concerns about their capacity, but they did just hire 2 additional staff members. and they are working on this project. The architect is Krosky. They've designed numerous CHFA projects over the past 16 years. The GC is Montagno, and they are currently working on the L in North Main Street, which is 46% complete. The source of repayment for the $7 million, the $8 million CHFA loan will primarily be like tech equity. And the funding partner there is NEF. We've had a long-term successful relationship with NEF over the past 20 years. So the risk for the construction loan is deemed low. The risk for the permanent loan is also deemed to be reasonable because historically this property has had an extremely strong NOI and debt service performance. That's all I have. Any questions?
Any questions? No? What's
Another good deal.
any concerns you have on this project? And new people being hired? How's Parkside going?
Parkside's almost complete. It's gone pretty well. They've done other projects that they completed last year. All have gone pretty well. Almost every project has little bumps in the road, but they've overcome and have completed everything. So, as Carol said, we had some staff talked about concerns related to the capacity. And we're going to keep our eye on that moving forward because CHP is actively participating in development. So, but we'll keep our eye on them and we'll make sure that they move things along. So
it's terrific that this project manages to extend the affordability by 40 years. That's really good news because, as we all remember, we have to keep our eye not only on creating new but also preserving old. So we work on this, Carol and Pat.
Yeah. This is truly preservation, right? When we're running this close to expiration. So yeah, it's another good project.
A 4-bedroom like this has to be occupied by a family, right? You can't have individuals.
Yes.
They're all right-sized.
Units. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Anybody else?
There's calculations to make sure that we're not overhousing residents. Overhousing is when like one person lives in a 3-bedroom. So, I mean, with affordable housing, we have to make sure that we've got them all right sized.
Yes, but it couldn't be 4 individuals, right? It would need to be a family. Could it be?
The family could have, elderly mother, father. It doesn't necessarily have to be, a young couple with young children kind of thing.
Kids. Right.
Family's got a broad definition.
Okay.
Right, but it can't be for unrelated persons.
Right. That's what I meant. Yeah. Okay. Good. Anybody else? Any comments, questions? Okay, hearing none. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Okay. Dawn?
There were a lot of ties there. I think I heard Wendy and then Tim. Is that sufficient for everyone?
It's my turn because Wendy's motion like 3.
It's definitely Tim's turn.
All right, so we'll put Tim as making the motion and Wendy as seconding, if that's correct.
That's
okay,
fine.
Thank you. Wendy Clark.
Yes.
Heidi DeWinkert.
Aye.
Timothy Hodges.
Aye.
Commissioner Mascara Bruno.
Yes.
Matt Puglisi. Chelsea Ross.
Yes.
Lisa Tepper Bates.
Yes.
Greg Ugalde.
Aye.
Sean Williams.
Yes.
The vote passes unanimously.
Thank you. Okay, next on our agenda is the minutes from our January 20th meeting. Is there any comments, changes? to it.
Motion to approve?
Thank you. I'll second it. Dawn?
Wendy Clark.
I abstain.
Heidi DeWingert.
Aye.
Timothy Hodges.
Aye.
Commissioner Mascara-Bruno.
Yes.
Matt Puglisi. Chelsea Ross.
Yes.
Lisa Tepper Bates.
Aye.
Greg Ugalde.
Aye.
Sean Williams.
Yes.
The vote passes with one abstention.
Okay. And last up, I have the 2025 HTCC supplemental round memo to be presented by Colette.
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So this is a report of the 2025 HTCC supplemental round, the rating and ranking results. As a quick background, the Housing Tax Credit Contribution, or HTCC program, is a state tax credit program. Vouchers are issued to businesses who make firm contributions to eligible projects. Eligible applicants are nonprofit corporations, and the programs must benefit low and moderate income households. CHFA administers the program for the Department of Revenue Services. There is 10 million available annually, and the results of the 2025 round were presented to the board in September. We issued 20 reservations, and that was totaling 9,670,675 in credits. So we had a unallocated balance of 329,325. So we issued a supplemental NOFA to allocate the balance. And in addition, we had 1 million in returned HTCC funds from 2 canceled projects that could not move forward. So this NOFA made available approximately 1.3 million. A priority ranking system was devised to group and score applicants given the limited funding available. Applications were assigned to groups based on the ranked priorities and groupings. And awards were made in order first by priority group and then by total score within the group until all funds were exhausted. The results will be able to issue reservations to 4 nonprofits for the full amount, the 1.329 of credits and return funds. In priority group number 1, which is supportive housing and the workforce housing set aside, we had 2 applicants that were deemed eligible under this supportive housing set aside. No applicants came in under the workforce housing set aside. Chrysalis Center will receive an award for $150,000. This is gap financing to finish construction of 28 units in New Britain. There are 6 units of supportive housing for chronically homeless individuals in this project. Imacare will receive an award for $500,000. This is to update and renovate Casa de Francisco. The scope of work includes HVAC system improvements throughout the building. This is an existing 50-unit project and includes 25 supportive housing units serving formerly homeless individuals. In priority group 2, this was for nonprofit corporations that have never received an HTCC award or have not received one in the past 10 years. We had 5 applications that met the criteria for this priority group. 2 will be awarded an HTCC reservation. Recovery Community Inc. will receive an award for $500,000. This is to rehabilitate a property to create 8 units of SRO housing in Bridgeport. The housing will provide a supportive, sober community for individuals recovering from substance abuse. And the final award, WH Development Corporation will receive the balance of the funds available, which is $179,000. They'll address capital needs at Laurel Commons in Winstead. This is an existing 44-unit senior housing project, and the scope includes various improvements, including roof replacements and heating upgrades. Priority group 3 through 7, no funds remain to consider requests from these applicants that were assigned to the lower priority groups. And as post-award, we will welcome or convene any post-application debriefs to provide feedback and answer questions for any applicant that requests one. And I'm happy to take any questions that anyone has.
Does the 4 applicants that didn't get any funds this year, will they get some priority next year?
We haven't talked about that. I don't anticipate we would necessarily give them priority, but again, we would definitely welcome a debrief with them so we can go over ways that things that they can address in their application going forward. Because the next round is really, the deadline will probably be early June, so it's not that far away.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we have different priorities in the standard round. This was just a supplemental. We had some extra funds and we didn't want to wait on them. We wanted to get them out. So Colette and Deb did a great job of putting together this supplemental and then administering it and executing it in short order. So this is great because we've got some good projects in there again. And then that WH development did request 500,000, but we only had 100. What was it? 179. I think
Correct.
179 that we were able to give them. Our expectation is that they'll come back in the 2026 round, in the full round, to try to supplement the remainder.
Okay. Anybody have any questions for Colette?
I have a question for nonprofits that applied in the first round and weren't awarded any funds. Are they given any priority in the next round to the extent there are additional funds, or do they need to apply all over again?
They would need to apply again. So there's no priority holdover to a subsequent round.
And there is no subjectivity on the part of CHFA if there's a really good project and maybe they missed the mark by a few points and maybe need some capacity building, you don't have the ability to do that.
I mean, as far as capacity building, we always are welcome, we always welcome conversations, and there's definitely, at least one applicant that I can think of in this current group that was a new applicant. We worked with them during the clarification process. You could tell that they were still getting used to the application forms, and we definitely will reach out to them to have a follow-up conversation after the award announcements to kind of talk to them about ways that they could address some of the deficiencies in their application. So
And
we
then
do have
I'm
those
curious,
conversations.
yeah, I'm also curious about that second round where you prioritize. Did I hear that folks who are applying for the first time, I mean, even if they have a project that looks good on paper, they receive a lower priority than people who might have a relationship with CHFA or who have applied to your programs for several years?
No, not at all. So the first priority group was there's statutory set-asides with HTCC, the supportive housing and the workforce housing. So that was our priority one group. The target of this, we kind of use this supplemental round to try and engage new nonprofits to come to the program. So that was really the priority two group, is for those who have not been accessing the funds or have not done so in a long time, to give them an opportunity to come in a smaller round and have that priority grouping.
Thanks.
Sure.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, do we need to vote on this?
I don't believe so. I think this is just a report. I'll
Just for
defer
information. Okay, great. Anybody else? Any other comments? Because I got to the end of the agenda quickly.
Yeah, we've got a bunch more coming next month, Heidi. We actually
Always my
had.
question.
I know. That's why I'm addressing it. So we actually started with 7 that made it all the way to credit committee and then had some issues right at the end, and we had to pull them this past week. All 4 of those are going to kick over, and we have some others. So and production. So you'll be happy that we're going to be able to maintain pace for at least the next couple of months of this year. We've got a very, very robust pipeline right now, challenging both our financing capacity and our staffing capacity, but we welcome that pipeline right now. So
That's good.
Heidi,
yeah.
we have a Heidi meter. We have to make sure that the agenda meets the Heidi meter.
The nagger, they call me.
We're trying.
Okay. All right.
We
good.
we want to bring projects forward.
I know. And it doesn't always go as planned. So I fully appreciate that. All right. If we have no other business, then a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Thanks, Lisa. In a second.
Second.
Greg. Okay. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you all in favor of adjourning. Say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
See you on Thursday. Thanks.
Take care.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.